Okay.
Are we looking at Monica's ceiling?
I say we get started because we've got a call in 25 minutes. So I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Oh, we're recording. Okay. All right. Well, hey, you guys. I know that for every one person that got on tonight, there's probably two that just couldn't make it tonight. But we'll record this and we'll share it out with everybody so you can take a look at it. And I really appreciate you guys taking the time to hop on. I know this week's been a little crazy, to say the least. But I also feel like, I definitely feel like a place in our team and even as a company and me personally, I've just never had more clarity and certainty about where I am, the alignments that are here that I really feel like are divine alignments and where we're going, both as a company and as a team. And so I just want to just say that. I'm going to get out of the way really quick, but I want to bring you up to speed on a couple things. First of all, the majority of us are just back from the conference that happened a little over a week ago. Gosh, it seems like an eternity ago, and maybe it was 2 weeks ago. But anyways, I'll say to you, and I think you might have already heard me say it, this was probably one of the best conferences I felt like Miriam has had. And it's because when all the hype and all the sizzle and all the rah-rah is taken away, what was left is a really amazing core group of people that are committed to this company, to this vision, to its purpose. It felt like a family conversation. Like the training was, not hype and excitement. It was like, hey, let's all mature and come up to speed. And so I felt like the training was a very high level training. I felt like the dialogue from the corporate with the field was very high level. It felt really amazing. And it's funny because just the week before, I had a conversation with David Bird. We were just talking about how it seems that in the last year and a half, it just so many things have transpired that we've gotten away from the fundamentals of the business, the core. And he said, Monica, in business, the way it always happens is a core is established. And once it's properly established, growth is possible. So then it begins to grow. And as the bigger it grows, more and more people are farther away from the core, right? And so the duplication of philosophies, concepts, strategies, belief, it just sort of dissipates as you get further out. And inevitably, there will be a retraction. Except for by the time it retracts, now the core, instead of being like this, is like this. Now the core is bigger. And now you've got to solidify that core. And from there, the next mountain of growth is available. And I guess why I'm telling you that is we're going to talk about a number of different things that are happening right now. And what I'm beyond excited about is I feel like we are laying the foundation as the core for the next massive growth. I will validate that at the end of the call when you hear what it is that we're talking about. So I feel I'm energized. I cannot wait to see where we will be in a year. Like I've never been so excited to be like, I want a year to go ahead and pass quickly. There's a lot of work to be done, but I cannot wait to see where we're going to be in 1 year from now. So with that, I'm actually going to get out of the way. There's a series of sort of announcements, things we want to bring you up to speed on. So I'm actually going to hand it over to Jen Bailey. So Jen, are you there? Okay.
Yes. Sorry.
Noelle, you probably already know this, but if you have it on panel mode, then the recording will be panel mode. If you have it on speaker mode, the recording will be in speaker mode. You probably already knew that.
Awesome. Thank you, Monica. Well, the first thing I want to say, and I'm going to be pretty brief here, but the first thing I want to say is just that, when Monica says that we're super excited, she really means it. And we really are. And, you've been around long enough to know that sometimes you have to just put on the happy face and be excited and have that energy, even if you're not feeling it. But I'm here to tell you that all of us are very, very excited in our core about where we're headed and where things are going, not just with our team, but with the company. And so I just want to relay that from the bottom of my heart so that you don't feel like this is just a rah-rah, we're trying to get everybody hyped up kind of a call. That's not where we're at. We really are coming from a place of genuine excitement in our hearts. And so with that, what I'm going to be sharing about is our new merger with Epic Lifestyle Group. And basically what it is, in the very beginning when we started Miriam, one of the big things that Jeff wanted to happen within the company was he wanted to have just a one team mentality, a one family, we're all the Miriam family, everybody helps everybody. And so we didn't really have this publicly acknowledged team thing. And basically when they came back from the 3-star, 5-star trip a couple of months ago, there was some discussion about shifting gears with that. When we move into global expansion in a lot of the Asian cultures, it's really highly appropriate for them to have that team mentality. And when they're looking at where they want to join, they're looking at different teams. And so basically, Jeff kind of removed that whole ban on, having publicly acknowledged teams. And so there's been just some really neat alignments that are naturally happening in the company of different groups of people that are coming together and aligning themselves together as a team. Now, we're always going to be the Nerium family. We're always going to be one team in the sense that we're all helping one another. So it's still going to be the same culture. But for the purposes of global expansion, for the purposes of just being able to get more done, honestly, corporate can't keep up with us. That's the way I like to look at it. we're all going faster than they can keep up with. And so by having these teams, we're able to do things, promotions and trainings and global things that we wouldn't be able to do if we were waiting on corporate. And so a couple weeks ago, Danny Gassamy and Dale Munger and Steve Lee called Monica and said, hey, what we're trying to do is kind of align Steve Lee's entire downline organization into one team. And Monica said, heck yes, because she realized what this was going to do for us. It was going to be just a really, really great merger. Now, none of our lineage has changed in any way. We're all still in the same lineage, but it's really cool because we've partnered together with them. We've rolled out a new team name called Epic Lifestyle Group, and we're all the same team, and I use that word loosely because, when we still talk about our team, we're talking about our downline, extreme team or whatever, that's still us. But on a bigger scale and a bigger, production, so to speak, we're part of this bigger group. So we still have our own identity, but we're part of this bigger group, and they've got some incredible promotions, incredible trainings, global Zooms, all kinds of neat things that are going to be rolled out that we're able to participate in. So when you add yourself to the different Facebook groups that they have available, when you see stuff that's posted that says Epic on it, it involves you. If it's a promotion, it involves you. We already had Natalie Pullen win one of the promotions that they rolled out a week after we joined. She was one of the winners of one of the promotions, a $500 cash promotion. So they're going to be able, because we're dealing with so many more people and so many more leaders, they're going to be able to roll out huge promotions that we're going to be able to take part of. And so you'll learn more about that as we go. But for now, just plug in with Andi or Karen, and they can make sure to get you plugged into each one of the Facebook groups that they have, and the call, which is in 20 minutes now or whatever. So I'll leave it with that. I know we have a lot more to cover tonight, but that was my part.
All right. I think we're
Oh, who's next? Wait,
Noelle,
I'm
right?
supposed to introduce.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm supposed to introduce Noelle. Sorry.
Yes. Take it away.
Take it away.
I'm Noelle. I have 5 no, I'm kidding. Okay, well, my part is pretty brief. I'm really excited to get to talk to you guys. I am absolutely loving, I've had so many conversations with many of you this week, and it's been a delight just to talk. It just is. So having a blast there. So I'm going to announce a couple of things. You may have heard on the Mondays with Monica call, or maybe you didn't, but we actually, before conference, about 3 weeks before conference, we were asked as a team to take over the Atlanta regional. And I could not be more excited about this. I feel like we're going to bring such an energy and such a joy to the market. On a practical note for me, we're going to have like a muffin ministry where I'm going to be asking people to kind of sign up. Andrea Brown's all like, we've already talked about the muffin ministry, but we're going to eat, have people from different teams, make a couple dozen muffins each. We're going to have food. We're going to have coffee there. We're going to have fun music. We're going to have really cheery people at the table. It's going to be fun. And we're going to get great speakers in there, and it's going to be a blast. And so that starts with us in January. And in December, we won't have a regional. I think we're going to do a big party. I do want to let you guys know that next month, Monica's coming in October, which is just such a blessing. I mean, God just knew, He orchestrated everything, but she was already on the docket to come. And so she's going to come and be doing like the regional and a little tour to do whatever we need. So sit downs or little market parties or RRPs, whatever. She's just available. We're planning that out, and she'll more than likely she'll be in your area. And then I wanted to also cover, this month's regional is in 4 to 3 days. It's here on the 24th. So I would really love to have a strong showing of extreme team at this regional. And what I would like to do for the people that can make it is I want to actually find a restaurant and go out to eat afterward, and just kind of be back to that community that I feel like we got so big so quick, and in different pockets we lost that. I want it back, and we're going to get it. So we're going to eat out after the regional. So please get the word out to your team that we have a regional. Plug people back in. We know, guys, if you've been in this for a year, you've got September, October, November, December. This is the time to grow. This is the time to do it because it's just a good time. I mean, already my phone is blowing up with 3-way calls and people that, people dripped on for a year and now they're signing up. It's so cool. Even this week has just been so busy that way. So let's do it, and let's plug people back into the regional to do that. I was speaking with Carl and Brittany just logistically, and we'll be planning a lot of things. I know that Andi and Sam, they're going to talk about something in a minute, but we're going to start that market party up, and we're not going to be doing it at Butler Lexus. We're going to find a fun, fresh venue to do that once a month, and we will be having leadership in from all over Georgia that time of month. So you can bring your prospects, and we will be there to support that. And so we're discussing. It's still to be announced. We don't know yet, but we're working on that. And then also we're working on restarting the Nerium University. And there is a virtual Nerium University that's available to all of us. Lisa Henson has headed that up for the whole team. She does it every single Monday. So if you've got pockets of people that are 20, 30, 40 minutes out of Macon, and really logistically it's really hard for them to do that during the school year, you're going to be able to see everybody's little faces and connect in. And that's been awesome already. We have even other teams, cousins, all of us are joining together virtually on Monday night. And it's been so cool. We're adding 10 to 15 new people every week because people are excited about it. It feels good to watch that together. Pretty much everything that I'm going to cover. I want you guys to know that there are plans in place for a support network for you. And we're going to be coming in and helping, aligning ourselves with the leadership that you guys already have there in Macon, because you're incredible. You truly are. And just kind of a breath of fresh air and new life. I'm going to be helping out. So also I need your guys' help. I need you kind of just to be the ears for me and to message me on what we need. Okay. So if we need a ton of RRPs, I think we do. And we need leaders to come in and stay for a night or two and do, like 4 RRPs in 2 days, we'll do that. So we need to hear, all the upline needs to hear from you what needs to happen, because you have your ear closer to the field. So anyway, I'm excited, guys. And I'm going to turn this over now to Karen. It's your turn, Karen.
Thank you. Okay, so I have talked to a lot of you, which I really enjoyed doing for the past week and a half. It's been actually 2 weeks since conference. I've loved being able to connect with a lot of people, and a lot of you guys are just awesome. And so we've talked about Focus 30. So for anybody who doesn't know what Focus 30 is, I just want to kind of explain that a little bit, and then Monica will a little bit at the end. But, it's Monica's analogy of what our Focus 30 group is really, it's something that everyone can understand, because we've all been there. And it is, it's similar to January 1 of every year. And everyone's like, okay, it's time to get back in shape. It's time to start eating right. It's time to start working out. And, so when you start planning those things, you think, okay, what I put in my body, that's really important. I need to make sure I'm eating right. I need to make sure I'm putting the right kinds of foods in. I need to make sure that I'm, consuming the right amount of water. And then the other thing that you have to do and that you're planning for is exercising. You have to be in motion. You have to work out. You have to, go to the gym. A lot of times there's some soreness that goes with that after the first couple of days. But you got to keep going, and you got to push through that. So Nerium is very similar in the fact that you have to, what we put in our minds and what we intake in as far as our personal development, the people that we hang around, the amount of the things that we consume or don't consume as far as our mind is concerned. All those things are really, really important for our personal development. And that's one of the things that our Focus 30 group tracks. We track how much, just reading your books, 10 pages of a good book a day. And I think we're even saying a little bit less. I think we're saying like, hey, just 10 minutes. A lot of it, we're in kind of crazy stages of life. So the other thing that we're doing is we are really tracking shutdown, like unplug time. 4 hours a week, put your phone away, completely unplug. And that's really healthy and that's really important. So those are some things we're tracking on that end. As far as, with the activity and doing the things that you have to do, because you can get all the knowledge, you can listen to all the calls, all the CDs, all the training, but if you don't go out and do it, your business isn't going to grow. And so going out and actually taking guests to live events, taking, having real results parties, getting samples out, those are all really important activities that we're tracking in this Focus 30. And there's just a few of them. They're very simple. Like I said, bottles, real results parties, market parties, sit downs. Now, sometimes that can be a little painful. Like when you first do it, it can be a little painful getting back into it, but just as working out, you push through it and you get better and you get stronger and you move forward and your business starts growing. Now, the flip side of doing all those things is if you, let's just say you go to the gym for, let's just say 6 months. So like January to June, you are good. You are eating well, you're going to the gym, you're working out, you've gotten the results that you want, and then you stop. Well, eventually that's going to catch up with you. And those, you're going to see the negative consequences of that. You're going to go back to the way you were and where you are uncomfortable and all that. So our business really goes in like 90-day cycles. And so we can do the right thing. We can get the results we want, but then if we stop doing those things, the results are going to be negative and they're going to impact us negatively. So it's really important to remember that. And it's really important for me, if I'm doing stuff right now, I can't necessarily expect results that I'm doing this week to happen next week. I need to give it time. And like I said, it's on a 90-day cycle. But then on the flip side, if I stop doing things, that's eventually going to catch up with me as well and my business. So our Focus 30 is tracking those simple things. That's all it is. And we've had a lot of people, Monica will show you some of that. We've had a lot of people jump on board. It's giving us such focus and clarity and excitement about where we're going. So it's awesome. Now, it's not necessarily for everybody. Everybody is in different stages of life and you're in different stages of business. When I was on staff at my church and I worked a lot with volunteers, some people, I would have like faithful volunteers for a long time. And then they say, you know what? I can't do it right now. It's like, okay, that's okay. There's seasons for everything. Same thing in our business. And so if the Focus 30 isn't for you right now, you don't want to jump right into Focus 30, that's okay. What we want for you is to help you meet what goals that you want for you. And so if it's getting product for free, we want to help you get your product for free. We want to know that your goal this month is to get your product for free, and we want to help you with that. If you want to just grow by, whatever it is that you want. Anyways, I'm not going to throw out all the scenarios for the sake of time, but whatever it is that you want, we want to help you reach your goals. So if you want a strategy session where we take about 15 minutes and just see where you are and what you want and what we need to do to help you get there, then we would love to do that. So whether it's just a strategy session to help you meet whatever goals you have, if you think Focus 30 is for you, it's not too late to jump on. One of the benefits of the Focus 30 is the amazing training that we have for people all in the field that are doing the thing and they're talking about what they're doing. So every Monday night we're having amazing training. So anyways, that's Focus 30. If you have any more questions, definitely reach out. And if you want to plan a strategy session, myself and Andi would be happy to do that. And it's still weird saying Sam and Andi, but I'm going to turn it over to my parents and let them talk to you about what they have going on.
Okay, I'm Andi, my husband Sam, and I know most of you. We're really excited about what's happening. It's kind of a tough week, but you know what? My belief has never been stronger. My faith has never been stronger. And I am just at this point so excited about where we're going, and that's what we're looking at. One of the things that we have talked about as a group is the importance of welcome calls. And, you know, we had started implementing welcome calls a while back, and then it just kind of fell through the cracks. But that's something that's so important because for two different reasons. First of all, it's important for your prospects to have somebody an upline that they know cares. You know, you want to connect them with an upline as soon as they join, because they need to know that Nerium is larger than just who you are. And then the other reason is just for the support. You have support, you have the upline support. So we're going to start implementing that and making that a habit, and really, really staying focused on that so that we can get to know your people, they can get to know us.
All right. Well, I'll just kind of wrap it up because we do want to finish this call before 8:30. And then I'll even pause, and if you guys want to open line, ask any questions. I don't want to miss the obvious. If you're like, I really thought you were going to cover this and you didn't. We'll run late onto the epic call if we need to. But I just want to say this for you guys. You know, I know this not only has this last week been a challenge, but this last year has been a challenge. I get that. It has been for a lot of people. But the reality is that's just what it is in the world of business. You know, a couple of years ago, Mark Smith, at the peak of our growth, gave all of the leaders this book, Entrepreneur Roller Coaster. And the first chapter is like, business is a roller coaster ride. And I'm like, well, not this one. And within about 3 months, the roller coaster started. I was like, oh, that's what they were talking about. Because that's just business, you guys. You know, as it relates to any organization, when it goes from this to this to this, what it looks like to run a company like this and versus like this is just going to vary. And I just want to say that you kind of have to get over the fact that there are going to be changes on every level, on the field, on the corporate side, from a system side, it's going to change. So that's just part of business. And that's why maybe it doesn't make me feel as much doom as it does maybe other people. For me, this is par for the course and my life experiences. That being said, you know, the conversation that we've had amongst the leadership, and even as I talked to David Bird as a company, but even as an organization, we've gotten away from what we call the core. And I don't just mean the core people, because definitely that is the case, but just the core culture, the core fundamental activities. And it's become very, very complicated. You know, there's an equation that David Bird taught me that I have found to be entirely true, which is focus, clarity plus focus equals energy. I encourage you to write that down if you can. Clarity plus focus equals energy. If I hear one thing when I call people to just kind of catch up with them and strategize about their business and find out how they're doing, is I feel if it's not where they want it to be, there's a lack of energy. They don't even know what to do. They don't know where to begin. They just don't feel the passion, the excitement they did the day that they say yes. And you know what? You have to reverse that equation out. When you lose clarity about what it is that you need to do to make progress, and as a result, you don't have any focus in particular on what you're going to do, the energy will exit your business. It most certainly will. I want to say this to you. You know, I did the Monday morning wake-up call for 3 years, okay, just discontinued it. And part of it's because I felt like it was time to shift what was going to cause our team to go to the next level. This is not about, you know, one person. This is about going there as a team. When we implemented this Focus 30, it was all about just the equation I gave you, which is focus plus clarity equals energy, or clarity plus focus equals energy. You think about the thing that you did the day that you joined. You with zero training at all. You stayed focused on a few simple things. because you didn't know anything else. I didn't know anything else. We hadn't complicated it with all these facts and figures and analytical analysis of the compensation plan and the product and the ingredients and the systems and the company and the history and all these things that really didn't matter. There was just a few simple things. It was very easy to have clarity on what to do, because it was like, yeah, you know that thing, you only knew how to do this and this, like hand people bottles and get them together with somebody else. Just do that. And so what I'm excited about with Focus 30 is we're getting back to measuring the core activities, so just getting simple clarity on what we're going to do. By focusing on it together, we will produce some substantial organizational energy. And I can tell you right now, we had it typically between 50 to 100, averaged around 65 on the Monday wake-up call consistently for a variety of reasons. That's great. That's a great show up. We had 107 people on last Monday's Focus 30 call. And I can assure you, for many that are on the line, there are people in your organization that should be involved that don't even know that yet. I'm just telling you that. And it probably, I'm grateful that our business isn't adding at the moment people in the hundreds like we were, because frankly, I think we've gotten away from the fundamentals that are going to give us the ability to create a sustainable business, not a business that just has spikes. Okay. And Focus 30 to me is the solution. In the Focus 30 groups, we have 8 different groups, and each group comprises anywhere from 15 to 30 people. This is the concept, okay? When you get started, your goal is to develop your Focus 5. After you've got your Focus 5, then you get your Focus 15. In some cases, there's not 15 on the list, there's 12 or 13, because this particular organization is still identifying their core. But this becomes an infrastructure that you train other people on. So now, I bring Noelle into my Focus 30. In the process of participating in it, she's identifying her 2 or 3 people that she's going to lock arms with. And then she develops her core. All right. Remember when I went back in the beginning and David Bird talked about the core of the company, it expands, everything grows from the core. So we're back to establishing the right habits, the right culture, the right mindset, the right attitude, the right expectations for the core. And when we do that right, guys, organizational energy is inevitable. I believe we are preparing as an organization for a massive run in the next 90 days. Because for the first time, really ever, we just popped so many leaders so fast. For the first time ever, every major leader in my particular organization is 200% on board with Focus 30. This is the list of Focus 30 leaders, okay? Janice Block, Barbara Ann Childers, Sherry McDearman, Sue Hoppy, Mickey Burns, Michelle Reiser, John Rhines, Sil Gasparo, Judy Colton, Jen Bailey, Catherine Talbot, Noelle Griggs, Natalie Pullen, Karen Hoffman, Lisa Henson, Andi Ward. We've never had so much unity as a leadership team. Again, we are clear about what needs to happen. This is the list of 107 people, and there are many that have since been added that are becoming aware of the program. I get that business hasn't been easy. No business is, but I'm telling you, I'm confident that we are on track for some massive, massive things. And I want to take as many people with us that can go. But we just are going. We are just going to go. And we'll take gladly as many on the ride as want to come. So with that, I'm going to kind of pause. What questions, if any, do you guys want addressed? Are there any kind of open line questions you want to ask? That was so crystal clear. See, clarity, focus. Hey, and all sincerity, guys, I know there have been a lot of conversations this last week. We'll probably talk more altogether, more in the last 10 days than we have in a long time. But anybody who wants to have an individual conversation, flesh anything out, I would love to chat with you and just kind of get an idea for where you are and how we can help you. But fundamentally, it's this. We're just looking to identify the people that we are calling the 2 feet in the boat people. And it's real simple. People who have made the decision to move past discouragement, because discouragement's inevitable, but there's a choice on what happens when you come face to face with it, right? So we're looking for people that have made the decision, I'm going anyways, I'm going to move past discouragement, that are ready to get into activity. You can want to get in shape. You can want to lose weight all you want. And you can sit and be real sorry that you're not where you want to be. But there is things that you can do. And that's what we want to get focused on. We want to get focused on the activity, because the emotions will follow. I promise. The emotions will follow the activity. It's clarity plus focus equals the energy. The energy is where the emotion comes from. It's not the other way around, okay? And so you've almost got to get clear and get into activity in order for the energy to be there. But then the last thing is that we're looking for people who are willing to be team players, coachable, teachable. I'd like to think I'm very coachable and very teachable, and I hope I never stop being coachable and teachable. It'll be the end of my career development as a leader. But we're just looking for people who are willing to be coachable and teachable, and we want to take you along this journey. So I appreciate you guys taking the time tonight. I'm going to adjourn this quickly because we do have our Focus 30 call. Yeah.
One more thing. Did you want to run over the 3-year free we were talking about?
Sorry. One real quick. Of paramount importance to us and to the health of all of our organizations is 3-year free, which is helping as many people possible at any moment in time getting their product for free. It's a pillar in Nerium. And even if somebody's, kind of getting their sea legs, or maybe they're distracted with life, so they're not able to give Nerium their all, 3-year free keeps everybody in the game. And so my challenge to each and every one of you, because tomorrow is the 23rd, big day of the month, and all the auto ships run tomorrow. We want to have as many people as possible qualify for 3-year free at the close of September, because we just want to give you time to ramp up for what is going to be the biggest time of the year from a business standpoint, which is the beginning of the fall. And so this team is running a promotion. And by the way, it is not team-wide. It is only for a few specific segments in the team. So if you're on the line, that applies to you and your organization, that if you have a brand partner that is 1 customer away, or 2 customers away, or 3 customers away from getting 3-year free qualified, as long as they themselves get 3-year free qualified, a new customer that they add will get a $10 Starbucks gift card to compensate for their first month's shipping on that order. So in other words, if you've got a brand partner that's got 2 customers, they just need a third to get their product for free. We just help them get their third, then that customer will get a $10 Starbucks gift card, which will in effect wash out the cost of shipping. If you've got a brand partner who only has 1 customer, they go out and get 2 more customers between now and the end of the month, then each of those 2 customers will get a $10 Starbucks gift card, if that makes sense. And so what we want to do is just give the team an incentive that they can then drive to the customer, right? So it's a reward for the customer, not so much for the brand partner, to help them drive the 3-year free business. So if you want to help communicate that, we'll work on a little something that you can share with your team. And all you need to do is actually send in the name of the brand partner that got 3-year free qualified, and the name and how many customers they added in the final week of the month to get to the 3-year free qualification. And we will be sending out the Starbucks gift cards in the first week of September. So just report that in to either Andi or to Karen, and you guys can help roll it up to us. So, all right. Okay, you guys, listen, any other questions before we adjourn? Going once, going twice?
Does anybody have the phone number handy so I can write it down?
Let me do this. For the call right now?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, give me a
I have
second.
it right here. I've got it. Nope.
Go ahead, and I'm going to pull it up.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Can
we
y'all
can
hear
hear
me?
you.
Okay, it's 641-715-0631. And the passcode is 4477 pound.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks so much. All right, you guys. And by the way, Jason Ransom is on, so get on, because Teresa Walbrink, but Jason Ransom killed it today on the SD call. So we'll adjourn. Love you guys big. Thanks so much for being on, and we'll see you the next time. Onward and upward.
Bye.